Hello guys, welcome to this guide. In this video I'm going to be talking about 0x06 CMOL pointers arrays and strings. So if after doing the pointers arrays and strings the 0x05 and you still have better understanding, so this is why this task has been made. So for you to get more familiar to pointers arrays and strings, so I'm going to explain what everything does. So let's create the directory first and add the header file. I'll put jar and our empty readme before we get to our task. Our non-empty readme, I mean. So let's create our readme file. So vi. So I'm going to call it 0x06 more and save. Then we create our main file, main.h, where we include all the prototype. So this is the prototype for task 0, and this for task 1. So you go to the question, each question has its prototype, then you put it in your header file. So this is it, all the prototypes for the mandatory ones. So if you want to add the additional task later, you can come back and just add changes. So we're asked to make our output jar file, the file that is going to help us print all our code. So this is it. Then you should go back to your main if you haven't added the prototype for your boot jar. So you add that, don't forget. So let me just clear my screen. And now we can move on to the tasks. Task 0. Task 0, write a function that concatenates to string. So to concatenate means to join. So it's going to join to string. So you can see the function appends the source string to the test, overwriting the terminal null byte at the end of the destination. Then it adds the terminal null byte after it's concatenated. So the resulting string returns the pointer to the resulting string destination. So we should return the destination after it concatenated. So that's what string cat does. So you can see from the example, if you don't understand, this S1 char S198, this is the destination, while the char S2 is the source. So if you concatenate S1 and S2, so that means the world is going to join the LU, and when you print just S1, it's going to be LU world. You can see from the example here, they said when you print just S1, before you've concatenated, you get LU. When you print just S2, you get world. But after you concatenate, you can see the function string at S1 and S2. So when you've concatenated now and you just print just S1, you can see just S1 is printed, the third print, and you can see L world is printed even though you print just S1. So that's what string cat function does. So I'm going to explain better as we go on. So the string we are copying to, we are joining to. So I'm just going to say copy to, and the source, copying from, and we are to return our destination. Then create your variable I. You can use any alphabet, and I'm going to use J. And your I is going to start from 0, so it picks the first character. So while the value of your I in your destination is not yet the null character, so I should keep increasing. So let's say for example our destination was LU, So if your I will start from 0, so the value of I in your destination, that means the first character, so the first character will be 0, so it starts from 0. And if the next character is not the null character, the null character indicates the end, so it keeps incrementing. It goes to the next character H, E, goes to till it reaches the null byte. And J also starts from 0, the source, the value of the source. Again, while the value of the J in the source is not yet the null byte, so when it has not reached the end, J, then after you concatenate, you join your source to your destination. After we'll add our terminal null byte. Remember in the question, after concatenate, we should then add the terminal null byte at the end of our destination, the new destination that's been added to the source. I mean the source that's been added to the destination, the new destination. So we should not add the terminal null byte. Then we'll up. So let me just correct this spacing here. So these are the little things that can get you error on your code. Then we should return our destination, the new destination that's been concatenated. Then save. So I'll go to task 0. So I'm going to push. So you see I deleted the one I did before. You can see delete mode, most of the things that are just pushing before I had to do it again. Then so it's been pushed. So let's check the code if it's correct. So we see we're good with task 0. So yours too should be correct. So we can move on to the next one. Task 1, write a function that concatenates to string. So just like task 0, but prototype. The string cat function is similar to the string cat, except that it will use n bytes. So the difference between this and the task 0, the string cat, this one has n. So this n means that it will use n bytes. You can assign a value of what you want to join. For the task 0, that one just join the source to the destination. But this you add a particular number of bytes you want to take from the source to the destination. So let's say our destination is hello and our source is world. So if you say you put your n as just 2, so that means it's going to pick the first two characters of the source, so that will be w and o. So when you concatenate, it's going to, and you print the new destination, it's going to be hello and w. So that's the string cat, the difference between it and the string cat, the n byte. So you can see, let's just check their example here. Their source is world and their dest is hello. So you can see they are printing it, but after their um the function, the string cat, you see they put one, that means they want to copy 1 byte. So it's going to copy the first byte, so that will, so when they print it, the new s1, it's going to be hello and w. So you can see from here the third one, it prints hello and w. So that's the difference between string cat and string cat. N bytes can be copied from the joined from the source to the destination. And our n, character to be copied, then we should return the destination after we've concatenated. And in j for the for the source. While the depth is not yet the terminal byte, the I should keep, the value of the destination should keep moving to the next character. So now the difference between the string cat and the string, the n byte, so why would the j is less than the n? So what this is saying is for the value of j in our source, no, the j is starting from 0, so 0 1 2, let's just say 0 1 2, and let's say our n, the value was 3. So let's say the value of our n is 3. You know our n is starting from 1. If I say int n is 1 and we want to copy from world, we want to copy world to hello, So it takes the first character. So the n is counting from 1. So that's why you have to say the j is less than n. So for the 2 in j is going to be like the value of n, the 3 in n. So that means if j is less than n, it copies everything from the 0 to the 2 to the value of j that is less than n, and it prints that. I don't know if you understand. Let me try to come again. If the n was 2, if the n was 2, the value of n is 2. You know that's supposed to print w and o for the lo, for the word example for the source. So if the n is 2, it prints w and o. So and the and for it to take that value from the source, that means it has to, the source that is counted from 0 then 1, so it has to be 1. You have to make the value in the source 1, so it has to be less than n. I hope you understand. So for j to be 1 and n is 2, that's when it copies the exact amount in the n and adds it to the dest. Then after concatenating, you add the terminal byte at the end of the dest. So this is it. So git add task 1, start a new test. So you can see it's all good, correct. So yours too should be, if you don't make any mistake, do everything as I did, then you should have a correct code. So task 2, write a function that copies a string. So it's almost similar to the string cat and stray cat. So if you don't have any understanding of what it does, you could just go to your terminal and run man string copy. Let me just do that to understand, so it explains it for you. So let me use man. So you can see, then you can read through this and it explains what. Just scroll up and down and you have better understanding of what all this function does. Then q to quit, so I've quitted. So write the function that copies a string. So this string copy is very similar to the string cat because it copies n bytes from the source to the destination. So you can check the example here. Number 3, write a function that compares two strings. So that's what the string CMP does. So let's just check the example for you to understand. You can see their S1. Their S1 here is hello, while the S2 is world. So we use the function CMP to compare S1 to S2. So what this function does is it takes the first character of the S1, let's just say the source and the destination. It takes the first character of the source and compares it with the destination. If both the characters are equal, it moves to the next one till it finds the one that are not equal. If everything at the end is equal, then you can print 0 as here. So when they compared S1 and S2 and S1 and S1, for them to compare S1 and S1, so hello in two places, so it will return 0. But if we compare S1 and S2 here, you can see S1 is hello and S2 is world. So if we compare S1 and S2, it picks the first character of S1 and the first character of S2, and you see that they are not the same character. It looks for the difference, and the way it checks for the difference is the ASCII code of the characters. Let's just say the alphabet, the number in the alphabet. So the number of alphabet H is the 8 H is the 8th alphabet, while W is the 23rd alphabet. So it checks for the difference. Normally I'm supposed to do the ASCII code, but for those that don't know what that means, I'm just going to use the numbers in the alphabet. So since H is the 8th alphabet, while W is the 23rd, and it's comparing the difference. So now when it checks for the difference, and 8 minus 23 is going to give you minus 15. So when you compare S1 and S2 here, that's why minus 15 was given here. If we compare S2 minus S1, so it will be the 23 minus 8. That's how you got 15. Why S1? You compare S1 and S1 twice, so it checks for the H and H, no difference. It moves to E of S1, the E of the other S1, no difference. Till it reaches the end, no difference. Then it prints 0. So that's what straight compare does. I mean, and we should return the difference between the S1 and S2. The difference in start counting from 0 from the first value. So why the value of S1, why the value of I in your S1 and the value of I in your S2 is not already the null byte? Then we say if some value of I in your S1 is not the same, is not equal to your S2, then you should print you should return the difference in the value of your s1 and s2 if it's not the same. So you are saying the I, let's say your I is 2. So it counts 0, 1, 2. So if the third character in your S1 is not the same as the third character, the I, so the 0, 1, 2 of the S2 is not the same, then you are going to return the difference. So return the difference in it if the value of I in S1 is not the same as the value of I in S2. So push your code now. Git add, git commit, and git push. Task 3. So you can see it's correct. So I done with 0, 1, 2, 3. So remain 4, 5, 6, 7 for the composure one. Number 4. Write a function that reverses the content of an array of integers. So the number of elements in the array is n. So if the content, let's just choose the example. So you can see here 0, 1, 2, 3 to 1, 2, 3, 7. So after you use your rev array function, you can see the array, the content of the string. Now it's starting from the back 1, 2, 3, 7 all the way to all the way to 0. So after your n has moved from through every digit in the array, then n minus minus, then it should start returning back. Shall returning the digits from the highest to the lowest. So it's going to start printing from top to bottom. So number 4 is good. We can move on to the next one. Number 5, write a function that changes all lowercase letters to uppercase. So it changes lowercase letter just from how it was said. Changes from lowercase to uppercase. So you can see the example here, look up here. So after the function, now when you print it, you see look up everything uppercase. So write a function that changes lowercase to uppercase. So while the value of your n at any point is now yet a null byte, then to change it from lowercase to uppercase, I'm saying here that if it's from lowercase a is greater or equal to lowercase a and is less than or equals to lowercase z. So anything between lowercase a and lowercase z. So I already specified that for anything in between lowercase a and lowercase z, then to now change it to uppercase, I'm going to use the ASCII code for alphabets. I'm going to explain that in a bit. So what this is saying here is minus 32. So if let's say the value of I in our n is a, so and the ASCII code of lowercase a is 97. So if we say 97 minus 32, that will get to 65. And 65 now is the ASCII code of uppercase a. So if you don't understand what ASCII, you should just read about it. It's very simple. Just some values for every character on your keyboard, almost every. So let's just use lowercase b now. That will be 98. The ASCII code of lowercase b is 98. So if you say 98 minus 32, you get 66. So that's the value of uppercase b. So that way we can convert any alphabet from lowercase to uppercase by just minusing 32 from it. So done. So no errors from Betsy. Now you can push your code. Now you could just push your code everything at once. You can just pushing it so you can see that everything is correct before I move on to the next one. So instead of pushing it one at a time, you can just do everything together and just push at once. That will save you a lot of time. Task 6 or 5. So we still have 2 more composition ones to do. So I was checking for the wrong thing. I had to check for task 5. So correct, it's correct. I was checking for number 6 instead of number 5, or I want the number 6. So now let's do the number 6. Write a function that capitalizes all words of a string. So these are separators of words, include space, tabulation, new line. Everything here indicates a new word. So they are saying here that anything, if your this if your word is space, comma, tabulation, anything, new line, that you should capitalize the next word. So you can see after this expect, next word t. So if we check the here, it capitalizes. So anything, these are separators of word. Anything after this separators of word, the next word that comes after any of this is going to be capitalized. So we're going to specify that if any lowercase, so for all lowercase alphabet that want to change to uppercase, you can say your I greater or equals to lowercase a, and is less than or equals to lowercase z. So I've already said that if the alphabet is between a and z, so this is where we're going to be able to capitalize the the first letter of each word. So we use if statement. You know the separators of words. What used to we used to know the next word. So if let me just write it. So yeah, I'm saying if the value of I in our string, if the I minus one means before it, so the value before the I is space. So you can see space here, specified for space. So if the value before it is space, you know the separators of word. What it said in the question is that after every separators of word, the next word after it is capitalized. So we are saying if the separators of word is before the next word, so we are checking for the word, and if you check for the character before it, if it's any of the separators of word, then the next word should be capitalized. So you do for each word, for every separators of word, you check for everything. So next, and this is all, so I'm going to do for every one of it. It's going to be long. It's like 13 of them. So you keep writing for it, and you'll be changing this thing for new line, space, open bracket, close, each and every one. So you can see I've done for tabulation. So you do for new line everything. If the word before it, I just specifying the word before it is any of the separators of word, then you are going to capitalize the next word. So for new line also, so just make sure don't make any mistake here. It's very easy to make mistake here. Just follow this way, because any slight mistake here, your code is going to be wrong. So this vertical lines at the end of it means or. So if the word before it, the character before it is tabulation or new line or comma or any of it. So there should be 13 of them. If yours is more than 13 or less than 13, then you're making a mistake somewhere. So make sure 13 and put all the separators of words from the question into it and close your brackets. Then now I've already specified that if your value of your character is any of this, the value before it. So we're going to use your ASCII code to do the subtraction. Then the value of I should be subtracted by 32. So to get the value, so to capitalize it like that, if the value is subtracted by 32, so to change it to uppercase, just like the previous one, I will change it lowercase characters to uppercase. So now you can see what you understand. So it's all good. So let's push. So now let's check our code. You can see this one, the time that I went to do the wrong thing. We went to check for task 6 when we were checking for task 5. So let's check again. Now for task 6. So you can see it's correct. Just follow the steps. I know this task 6 is a little confusing, but just follow it as I did it and you will have a correct answer. And the last compulsion one. So write a function that encodes a string into one directory sound. Letters A should be replaced by 4, E by 3, O by 0, C by 7, and L by 1. You can only use if one if in your code. So anytime that this is supposed to be executed, it gets replaced by these numbers. So you can see from here, when the root expects the best, prepare for the worst, capitalize on what comes. And after your function, you can see everywhere that is supposed to be 3 gets replaced by it, T is replaced by 7, and so on. So I make a char S2 to be those numbers that you want to change these letters to. Those 4, 3, 0, 7, and 1. So you're saying here that if the value of I in your n is any of these S1 values, if it's any of this AA, then it should go to AS2 and should take the value in J. You know, if it was 2, if this J was 2, so it counts the second value of your S1, it will be capital A, then it goes to S2 and takes the 2, and that will be 4. Then that's what is going to be your N1, NI, like that. So you are interchanging it. So you can even see from this they said LET. So if we check LET, that will be 1337 because L is 1, E is 3, the other E2 is 3, and T is 7. So that's what they got. Let's encode the string into 1337. So this is it. So this is what the for by finishing this, I've done with the composure ones. So let's check with Betsy. So you can see it's correct. So yours too should be from 0 to 7. You can see I checked the code for you. So that will be all for this video. Just make sure to just follow the steps and you should just have yours completed. So that will be all for this video. Thanks for watching. Click the subscribe button if you aren't subscribing to my channel. It won't cost you anything.